How much was that Etihad plane ticket? It's the most expensive plane ticket in the world.
I think it's like 50 grand.
Unbelievable.
But like the whole story.
I started watching, like, I got to the video, so I didn't want to. Did you say how much it was on the video?
I might have. I don't remember, but it.
3-room suite on the plane.
On an airplane, and where are you flying to?
Fuck, Abu Dhabi?
He's like Palm Springs.
So it goes like this. So
how do you get those, dude?
So I've always been obsessed with like first class.
Yeah.
Because I spent the first like 10 years of my real career where I was traveling nonstop, whatever's cheapest. Middle seats in the back on whatever the shittiest airline is, that's what I fly. And like the more you pass by those seats up front, you start to get a little obsessed. And I went through all of these like different versions of obsession. Like finally figured out how to almost always fly first without ever paying for it. That was like mid 2000s, Casey, where I didn't have any money, but I got really good at faking it.
Wow.
And then and I started to find success, and I'm still sort of obsessed with flying, even though I don't get on planes anymore. But what happened was, I think it was 2016, YouTube, at the height of my daily vlogging, YouTube said, come be a speaker at our Brandcast, like our annual summit in Australia. And I said, I can't, it's a 2-day flight, and I need to make a daily vlog. And I was like, I'll tell you what, if you fly me through Dubai so I can go on this fancy plane, I can make videos about the flight. And they're like, sure, no problem. Except for they bought me a fucking business class ticket. Not first class. And I was like, okay,
It's only 2 bedrooms instead of 3.
Well, that was the thing. It's like, they like sent me business class. I was like, shit, I said first. And then like, I was like, wow, they spent like 10 grand on this ticket. And I was like, I'm not going to say anything. Like, I can't complain. Like, who the fuck am I? So I made the video about flying there business class, and it was like fine, and people watched the video and stuff. I'm flying back, also business class. The airline pulls me aside. They had seen my video, and they wanted me to try out their first class experience. That's how I got the free fucking first class on the flight.
So does that mean you had to turn around and go back after your return?
No, it was a flight from Dubai back.
Yeah, that's right. So I'm flying.
There's the return flight.
I'm flying back from the States, like my return flight. They saw it when I was in Australia.
Right.
Because I'm uploading, like, I shoot the video today. It's posted tomorrow.
So they grabbed you. They grabbed you
in
on
the airport
on your connection in
yes,
Dubai.
Literally, like going down the shoot, and I got all my cameras and shit. I'm talking to myself, and like, excuse me, Mr. Neistat, and I was like, fuck, please don't say I can't film on this flight. Please don't say I can't. And they're like, we were able to upgrade you to first class, and I'm like, me? I was like, this is like a culmination of every dream I've ever had, all rolled into one. So that's what happened. And then I made that video, and that video did like 70 million views. So then immediately after that, like, I don't know, 6 months later or something, like that same airline, that airline's called, what's it called?
Etihad.
No, Emirates.
Oh, Emirates.
I'm not even at Etihad yet. Emirates announces some new first class situation. Everybody on the Twitter is like, Casey, you should check this one out. And sure enough, like they reach out and they're like, hey, you want to try our new first? And I was like, I do. So they're like, we only fly from Zurich though. And I was like, oh, I've got no plans to be in Switzerland. Like, who the fuck am I? Some international like banker, man of mystery? And they're like, we'll bring you to Switzerland to put you on a plane. And I was like, great, I'll go to Switzerland. I'll ski. So they flew me in their plane. And I remember getting on that plane and I was like, they're showing me all the first class cabins and no one's in them. And I'm like, whoa, when do you board the rest of the flight? And they're like, no, we haven't actually launched this yet. You're the only person in this cabin. And I was like, oh, shit.
Whoa.
Okay, so that was number 2. Then we get to the ultimate, which is this Etihad. It's called like the apartment because you get 3 rooms. You get a bedroom, you get a bathroom with a shower in it, and then you get a living room with a big screen TV. And then you get a hallway, which connects all of it. It's bigger than this, without a doubt. Square footage wise, it's bigger than this van that we're in right now.
It's bigger than my studio in Marina Del Rey.
Yeah, it's fucking huge. And the difference was they paid me for that. Like, that was a paid job. And the thing is, had they offered me the job without the paycheck, I would have said yes. If they had offered me the job for a discounted ticket price, I would have paid them to get on that plane. And they flew me, and like, I was like, you know, very sort of meek about it, but I was like, you know, I'm vegan. If there are any options, I get on the plane. They have this menu, and like my name is embossed in the leather cover, and it's like menu a la Casey Neistat, and then in parentheses, everything's vegan, and it was like options, vegan options, like 6 of them, And then they just brought me everything on the menu because they had made it all for me. Like, it was so insane.
Wow.
And then, like, you get in the bed and, like, I was so overwhelmed by the idea that I'm laying in a bed on an airplane that I wasn't able to sleep. Like, it was just too exciting. It's just like the shower. Like, how the shower works, there's literally a timer. It goes from green to red. But, like, I think I had 6 minutes of showering, but 6 minutes of showering is also 3 2-minute showers. So I broke those showers up. I was showering the whole flight home. No, that was really exciting. But like that video did, 30 million views or something. So I don't know how to equate that value, but you have to imagine that it was a much better deal for the airline. How do you make a commercial that gets a 10-minute commercial that gets 30 million views for the price of a stupid ticket?
Right. Fuck, man.
Amazing, dude. That's so fortunate. You became the first class guy, like what a great lane to be in,
What's crazy is that prior to becoming that guy, I remember watching all of these first class videos because I was obsessed with it. And I'm like, all these videos sucks, but they have crazy views because anyone who's ever been on an airplane is forced to walk by those seats. And you're like, God, I wish I knew everything about those seats. And I was like, if I ever get the opportunity, I'm going to go ape shit. And I had like this list in my head of what's wrong with every airline review. And it's like the camera's too narrow, so it looks tiny. It's claustrophobic, and the lighting's terrible. So like on those flights, I had requested, like I made sure it's a day flight. So the lighting would be good. Lighting's everything.
Oh, wow.
Like dark on an airplane does not work. I tried to do it. I've made a couple videos where it's dark. It looks gross. And then like all these, it has to be on a tripod. You can't handhold the camera. On an airplane, there's too much action. If the camera isn't fixed, you're stressed out when you're trying to watch it. You can't see what you're looking at. So like get that shot. Like all of this shit I obsessed over. And if you go back and watch any of those videos, you realize that like every shot, like that Emirates plane that I was the only person in the first class cabin. I was the first person to fly in that cabin, and I did major damage. So I was like breaking through the ceiling panels so I could mount a camera up there. And I did that in all these different locations. And like I was trying to be as respectful as possible, but I was like, the shot's kind of more important than me not scratching the wall here. And I would bet that they would agree with that because that video did insane views.
For sure.
It's so good, man.
What's your favorite airline?
That's so hard. I mean, I like JetBlue because they're nice. Like those Middle Eastern airlines are insanely nice, but that's like saying, "Oh, Rolls-Royce has more comfortable seats than my Honda," and it's like, okay, but like my old Toyota was the best car I ever owned, even though it's not as fancy as a Rolls-Royce. I don't know Rolls-Royce, but I'm just trying to make a bad analogy here.
Well, I feel like other parts of the world besides America, they really have the customer service down at like a hotel. Like, good evening, sir. How are you?
Yeah, they care.
How may I assist you? Like in Japan, they bow to you and they just want to accommodate your every needs. Here, they're just like, fuck it. What do you want?
Yeah, and it's unfortunate, but like I think like the hardest part of flying on planes is like my wife right now is booking a trip back east for this summer with the kids and stuff, and she's flying with her mom. I'm driving. I'm literally going to drive my truck from LA to New York because I don't want to fly. Not that I'm against it, but like if I had the opportunity to drive, I'd much rather drive.
It's tough, man, with the fucking masks on the plane, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's so like the reason why I have such like anxiety about flying is not because of like I'm worried about getting sick. I have my vaccine. I'm not worried. Like it's everybody else. Like it's that guy that yells at that lady for not wearing her mask. Like I don't want to be around that energy.
Yeah.
You're like stuck in this tube 30,000 feet in the sky with like 200 people. And like if any percentage of them are angry at any other percentage of them, like I don't want to be a part of that. And that fucking stresses, it freaks me out.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
Have you always been like that? Just like, be careful the energy you hang out with?
No, I've definitely gotten super weird as I've gotten older.
It's called Steve-O's Hot Sauce for Your Butthole. And if you go on Amazon and type in Steve-O's Hot Sauce for Your Butthole and order yourself a bottle, you'd be really helping me. Because right now we're ranked number 30 on all of Amazon. And if you buy a bottle, we might go up the ladder. And that would mean a lot. So please get on Amazon and buy Steve-O's Hot Sauce for Your Butthole. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.